Should you be worried about an aggravated speeding ticket? There are more serious charges. God knows there are more serious things going on in this world than aggravated speeding right now. But at the same time, it's not just a regular traffic ticket. It can absolutely affect your life and your future. So how about I just tell you all about it and you can decide whether or not you should be worried. All right, so why did you get an aggravated speeding ticket in the first place? Well, that jerk police officer thought that you were going more than 25 miles an hour over the speed limit. Were you? I have no idea, right? But absolutely, that's what that officer thought, and he chose to write you the ticket. He determined your speed, or what he thought was your speed, either by using radar or LiDAR, which is like fancy laser radar, we'll call it, or by pacing you, keeping an equal distance behind your car or next to your car and determining what your speed was. That's what that officer did. He stopped you, he gave you the ticket. And it's aggravating because it's greater than 25 over the speed limit. If your ticket says aggravating, or if it is more than 25 here in Illinois, that is a criminal offense. That's different than a traffic ticket. So here's the different levels, right? Speeding 1 to 25 miles over the speed limit. So just do the math. Look at your ticket, see what the speed limit was, at least according to the officer, and then how fast you were going, according to the officer, and do the math. 1 to 25 is what we call a petty ticket. Now, there can certainly be some things that make it a problem. School zone, construction zone, stuff like that. But either way, that is a petty traffic ticket, 1 to 25. Let's go up to now. If the math says 26 to 34, now it's aggravated. But it's the lower level of aggravated. It's considered a Class B misdemeanor. And then the highest level is 35 miles an hour or more above the speed limit. And that is the highest level of speeding ticket that they can give you in Illinois. And that's a Class A misdemeanor. No, there is no such thing as felony speeding here in Illinois. So now what are the penalties for each of these, right? Well, let's go back to this lowest level, the traffic tickets. And that's a fine. You cannot go to jail. You cannot have a criminal record for a petty ticket. Even if it is in a school zone or construction zone, the fines can be higher. It can affect your license, but it is still just a traffic ticket. But now once we get up into this B and A, right, the aggravated ones, Class B, the maximum penalty is up to 6 months in jail and a $1,500 fine. And then finally, the highest level, Class A, is up to a year in jail and $2,500 in fine. So those are the possible penalties. Can you just plead guilty to aggravated speeding? The answer is no. You can't just mail your ticket in or fill out a form online that's like, guilty, where do I pay? They don't let you do that. Now, they do on traffic tickets because they're traffic tickets, but an aggravated speeding ticket is a criminal offense. And just like every criminal offense, you are innocent until proven guilty in court. So you are required to go to court. Or sometimes you can send a lawyer on your behalf to court to handle this ticket. You can't just plead guilty. You must go to court. And then if you're in court, obviously you should just do whatever you can to handle it the right way. So do you need a lawyer for this aggravated speeding ticket? The answer is it depends. If you've got a Class A misdemeanor, in other words, 35 or more, I would never tell somebody to just go handle that on their own. I mean, there can be some very serious penalties there. It can affect your record. It can affect your license. It can affect, your future. So you're almost always better off having a lawyer on a Class A. Class B, it's kind of the same answer, although it's obviously closer to the petty, right? So it's still a misdemeanor. It's just a less serious misdemeanor. We do hundreds, probably thousands of aggravated speeding tickets a year. And I've never really had a client be like, boy, I wish I had just done that myself. Like, there's absolutely a benefit to having a lawyer who knows the ins and outs, what's a good outcome, what's a bad outcome, how it can affect you in the future, how to, get that ticket dismissed or get it reduced. That's very common, is getting the ticket reduced to a lower level. So yes, you will absolutely, without a doubt, benefit by having a good, skilled traffic defense attorney with you in court for your aggravated speeding ticket. Now, can you afford that? Do you want to do that? I mean, that's a personal judgment call, but you're almost certainly going to get a better outcome if you have a lawyer represent you. So if you're a crazy person and you want to learn even more about aggravated speeding, well, guess what? I wrote the ultimate guide to aggravated speeding in Illinois. This thing's like 20 pages long, answers all these questions that you could possibly have about aggravated speeding here in Illinois. So we'll link to that in the description. And if you want to talk a little bit more about your specific case, give us a call. Happy to talk.